This guy is such a wannabe guru. Do you know what I mean?
What is wrong with the world today? And I'm going to reference something fun: communism. Hasan, you have no idea the monster that you've created in me. You really have no idea. Trust me, I am a man who can hate for a very long time.
I don't have words for how disgusting this is. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but he does have very slight tits. You tried to be friends when you were getting challenged. You were like, oh yeah, I don't actually hate you even though we talk shit. And then you immediately go back to talking shit on his son. Is this not the most bizarre, desperate cope you've ever seen? Guys, we have the latest in the Tectone pretends to get radicalized arc, okay? The latest developments in Tectone coming up with any excuse he can to start grifting the Sam Hyde Fuentes sort of right crowd. Desperately trying to grift over that direction. So it started, we watched all the other videos on this, really. But it started with, I mean, it's really been going on for a couple of months, but it kicked into overdrive with this Charlie Kirk stuff. He uploaded a Charlie Kirk video where he talks about both Charlie Kirk and Irina Zarutska. And around the same time, he puts up a tweet talking about those two stories and ends it with, it's okay to be white. Which obviously is totally fine to say, you know, it's totally reasonable to, you know, feel like it's okay to be white. Totally reasonable. It's just interesting that he chooses to tie together those two stories and then say it. When it's not like anyone's saying that, you know, Irina Zarutska's death was not, like, horrific. Like, the only thing people say about that is, yeah, we shouldn't abandon due process because of this one case. That's what people say about it. That's what people say, that it's so terrible, so evil. Is, yeah, this one case does not justify abandoning due process. Well, yeah, so apparently people are saying Tectone was taking a break. Tectone is on a mental health break right now, okay? No streaming, okay? So that comes after he was booted from his talent agency, I believe, and bots were purged on Twitch. Obviously, those things completely unrelated to why he's gone. It's a mental health break, guys. Just getting his head straight. But still posting on Twitter all day, every day. Still uploading a video, like, every day. So not really taking a break at all. And Tectone posted this. Just, what is it, a day ago now? Just over a day ago? You've no idea what you created. And it is great to see. This has 5.9 million views, you'll see here. But only 8.5 thousand likes. So there's quite a difference between sort of like the scale of the views and the likes here. And that's because, finally, Tectone is being treated the way he deserves. Finally, Tectone is showing his true colors, I think. Because he's not particularly good at the grift. He's not particularly good at making his, like, the only Tectone fans I've ever encountered are like Gecko Tryhard, who is a legitimately mentally disabled person who got baited into sexual conversations with someone who either was or was pretending to be a minor in Overwatch 2 voice acting communities, and then goes around relaying that story to everyone, even people who would have no idea or no reason to believe this person was a pedophile beforehand. They would just relay the story and give you the idea that they might actually be a pedophile. That's the one Tectone fan I really interacted with, and that person was severely mentally disabled. So I'm getting the sense that's like most Tectone fans, is severe mental disability. Because anyone who has any amount of social wherewithal, experience with people, ability to read emotions, would be able to immediately tell that Tectone is totally full of it. That this guy's one of the most dishonest, manipulative fucking posers on the internet. Genuinely, like, filth. He's filth. He's total filth. And even his allegations, you know, credible allegations against him that he's routinely lied about details of, he's been caught on lies in, and he wants to pretend like he's totally proven innocent already. So, yeah, I think I would call it a grift. I would call it a grift. He's, the thing is that while I could believe that he's stupid enough to believe the stuff that he's saying, he's shown so much dishonesty around it, and like the way he operates around it is so snaky. So, for instance, he went on Destiny's stream that one time recently, and that was supposed to be a sort of like contentious conversation, really, about politics and the Epstein files and stuff like that. And Tectone basically pulled the same thing that he did as he did with Chud, where he went into it and was like, oh, I know we talk shit about each other, but oh, I just want a chill conversation. And then he just sort of meekly sits there and lets Destiny talk at him for most of it. So he's shown enough snakiness, enough dishonesty around the political stuff to where I'm pretty confident in referring to it as a grift. I think he sees it as a good way to ingratiate himself with an audience that won't care if he gets proven to be a rapist, essentially. I think that's the main motivator. But yeah, so Tectone posts his picture. Quite a lot of views on it, not so many likes. That's because Tectone is finally being treated the way he deserves. Like the absolute scum of society, the absolute filth that he is. Genuinely worthless individual with nothing to contribute. Just desperately riding the waves that he feels like he's safe in. He posts this gay-ass photo, and everyone is mocking it. Everyone is mocking it. I saw Mrao, our very own Mrao Live, at Doomer Media on Twitter. I actually got a tweet here, a quote tweet of this, saying, collect my 8 rape pages, obviously referencing the Slenderman game, and that's responsible for 2.3 million of the views and got 106,000 likes. So most of those views, to be honest, are coming from this one Mrao quote tweet that just popped off like crazy for some reason. When it's not even... I've got to be real, like, it's kind of funny, but this isn't like a particularly good joke, is it? Like, he has it, there's not a lot of effort that's gone into this. Collect my 8 rape pages. Like, it's kind of funny, but it wasn't very high effort, was it? He didn't put a lot into this. But hey, what works, works. I'm not being... Look, I'm not jealous, but works, works. Botted likes that joke sucks. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, unfortunately. So yeah, like most of the views on this are also coming from that one quote tweet, which is quite funny. So we're gonna take a look at Tectone's 2 new videos he's uploaded since that photo. Failure and Hasan Piker. So oh boy, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, before anybody leaves a comment, yes, I'm gonna regrow out my beard. I don't know what happened. I was gonna come up with a crazy ass excuse. In reality, I was just having one of those.
Now, 1 minute, guys. So one thing I did notice from Dicker's stream, and I want to sort of analyze this a little bit here. Let's just see.
Hey guys, welcome back.
So Dickers was claiming if you analyze where the hairs are, you can actually see that Tectone has not cleaned this shirt, this wife beater. So I want us to do some sort of hair analysis on the hairs on this wife beater. So it appears to have the same white sort of discoloration or something there. Let's try and just... I mean, it has to be the same. I don't... Is he going to have washed and cleaned it in one day? He's probably not going to have, right? Can we see any hairs that are in the same place? It does appear there's a hair in the same place sort of there. It is quite similar hair patterns, I have to say, but it's hard to tell whether that's just because, you know, he's playing with his dog both days or... But the white discoloration being in the same place has me pretty convinced that it's at least the same wife beater. Now, has it been cleaned in that time? It's hard to tell, really, isn't it? Like, look at this. That has sort of white discoloration. Does it get worse throughout the days? I feel like it might. But is this the same one anyway? Yeah, I think this is the same one. So I am convinced, just based off of that lackluster analysis, that he just doesn't wash his wife beater. I'm just assuming that. I'm taking that as a given.
Things where it's like I was looking for my little razor head and I couldn't find it, so I said, maybe I can free it and maybe I can just clean it up, and no, I fucked everything up, and then I had to make it all lined up, and anyways, now I end up looking like a extra from The Walking Dead who's like probably got a drug addiction. Anyways, I'm out here with my dog. You might see him in the background. His name's Mango. Hopefully you'll say hi. I just had kind of a moment where I kind of realized why is all this craziness happening in terms of what's going on in real life on Twitter and what's kind of been going on with a journey with me, as well as what might be going wrong in your relationship. Yeah, we're talking about a lot of topics here today. This will hopefully be eye-opening to a lot of you guys.
Wow.
And what I kind of want to do today,
this guy is such a wannabe guru. Do you know what I mean? He's seen like Asmongold gets like a ton of respect from these like total fucking reprobate shut-ins for being like, for sitting there and talking about miserable shit that's going on in his life. And like, wow, Asmongold's so mature. He wants to be treated like that. Real, but he has no charisma. Yeah. That's facts.
What's wrong with your relationship first? And then after that, I want to go into what's wrong with what has happened with the history of my career, into what is wrong with the world.
Yeah,
today.
kind of Destiny vibes still.
Just
you know, one thing I'm really good at is...
And, once again, I'm not back to streaming yet, but if you want to see me be very angry, there goes Mango in the backyard. There's a hole back there, and he's...
You shouldn't wear that color shirt. It brings out the dark circles on your eyes. That's awesome.
Maybe he's worried about the state of America. I don't know. Anyways, what is wrong with your relationship?
Like, cool.
So you have a girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah, you with your girlfriend, right? With your girlfriend. And you're laying there, and, you know, you had a long day of work, and you come and you lay on your bed, and you take off your socks, and you throw them on the ground. Okay? You throw them on the ground. And your girlfriend, out of nowhere, just sees like, oh, my fucking God.
Like, dude.
Are you fucking
who
kidding
asked,
me?
man? Who asked?
And you're like, bro.
This guy wants to be like, he wants to be like healthy gamer or something right now. He wants to be Dr. K. He's like doing gamer mental health relationship analysis. It's very lame.
It's just a sock. Why are you tweaking? While she's yelling at you, while she's crying, while she's worried about the future of your relationship. And what this is an example of is a micro versus macro issue. And in your mind, the only issue is the socks on the floor. In her mind, it is the history of you being a slob, her asking you to clean up after yourself and your absolute refusal to do it, and her worry of you being a man-child.
Like, this is the most, like, base level, like, obvious, like, stupid shit in the world. Wow, did you know that sometimes in relationships, you do something, and it seems like a small thing, but actually you've done a small thing a lot of times, and that's really annoying. Wow, thank you, Techie. Thank you, Techie. Thank you so much.
How many times she asks you to do these little things?
This is truly eye-opening, actually.
Do them, and you know, this builds up and this builds up and this builds up, and while you are only remembering this one instance, your girlfriend has what I like to call...
Yeah, so true. Tectone wants to act like emotions like a weakness, and he's so stoic and all this shit, but he is actually so fucking emotional, and all of his positions are built off of emotion and grievance. He can't justify anything. If you ask this guy like more than 3 questions about anything he believes, he would totally fucking crumble. It's truly pathetic. It really is like some of the bitch-made shit going.
Pattern recognition and is worried about the future due to what is happening now. Does that sound familiar? Michael! Good boy. It's a good listen. It's a very good listen. I know you really want to dig that hole, buddy, but we got to leave that alone, okay? You want to say hi to these guys? Look at those. Look at those. Those are your friends. Yeah, have fun. Now, let's talk about what went wrong with a lot of my career. Well, okay, I mean, I say that, yet I'm one of the most successful creators, especially in the gacha space of all time, though. I mean, I'll be real. I'm moving away from that pretty quick because I'm just having a really hard time.
Well, guys, doesn't he seem like so normal and human now that he's played with his dog on camera? Guys, don't you, like, almost not want to call this guy a rapist anymore?
Guys, justifying playing a game where it's going to make me spend $600 to get a new fucking character that's fun for 4 hours when I could go play Silk Song for 20 bucks. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to wrap my head around that shit. It makes me feel like a fucking retard, to be completely honest. And I don't know if anybody else is feeling that way. Anyways, let's talk about my career. A man who's played many, many, many different games, and with each one of these many different games, I see an issue. It obliterates the company, it obliterates the player base, it obliterates the fun. I leave, move on to the next. They get upset because I left. And then me be right about absolutely fucking everything. Sorry, that's just
wow,
how
this guy's so cool.
I worry about...
Guys, he says, like, obvious things about gacha games. Well, you know, this is gonna, like, fall off after release. This is gonna get boring, like, after a few patches. Wow, really? No shit, man. Wow. What a crazy prediction. Truly. What a crazy... What, the free-to-play, pay-to-win shit, where you just grind endlessly on different patches, actually kind of gets boring after a little while. Wow, man. That's fucking nuts, bro. That's fucking nuts.
Out what I like to call, once again, pattern recognition. And what I would do was...
So the constant, like, pussy, like, borderline dog whistling. I don't want to call it dog whistling because it's, like, not even intelligent enough. But, like, it's about pattern recognition. We get it, man. We get it. We get it.
Play these video games, I would say, ooh, okay, well, they're doing a glider event where they're paying their creators nothing. That's worrisome from a sponsorship as well as a creator health ordeal, so we should probably
Kuihman
talk about that.
looks like a Tim Burton claymation figurine of Liam Donovan right now. Chat, are we seeing this?
Thank you for the $5, Jimberly. Thank you.
Ooh, okay. So, they're not going to nerf, or they're not going to balance their units. Ooh, that's very worrisome. Okay. Oh, okay. Once again, they're releasing a bunch of these characters. They only exist to sell on the character banner and to promote sales for that patch. And then they're forgotten about ever again, leaving the roster, you know, overly deep, leaving the player base's wallet overly empty, and the story...
Why do British people always look claymation?
No
this is like actually approaching racism, I fear. This is... You guys are stoking... This is hate speech, actually. This is hate speech, actually. Some of you guys are American. I would watch your fucking tone. I would watch your fucking tone right now. Have you got a license for that super chat, Jimberly? Jimberly, have you got a hate speech license for that super chat, Jimberly? I heard you don't have free speech over in America anymore. This is the next 3 years, by the way. This is the next 3 years.
You know, overly deep, leaving the player base's wallet overly empty, and the story, well, episodic with no real characters keeping theme whatsoever, and them falling to the wayside, and the game's story becoming forgettable at best past the first 1.0 through 1.6 patches. I say this, I'm called overly toxic, and then I go on to the next game because the community's too fucking stupid to understand what it is that I'm saying, which is, this isn't an issue yet, but it will be an issue soon, much like characters that have global passives. It's not a really good precedent.
Guys, can people stop typing Charlie Kirk in my chat without following it with PBUH? Okay, please? Can you stop invoking Charlie Kirk's name without following it with PBUH? Guys, I feel like some of you guys have been quite disrespectful right now. I may have to call your employers. I may have to be put...
And it's not good for the future of the game. And when I see a pattern and when I see doom, I see it coming fast. And I warn them, and they don't listen. And then I say, okay, well, I'll go ahead and go to the next game. Well, those games continue to meander. Every creator in the genre continues to fall off, and I will go on to the next because I like games that are fun, that treat their players
peace be upon him.
Well.
Peace
and
be
a lot
upon
of
him.
these games treat you really well for the first
what the Muslims
year, and then
say.
they stop. And after they stop,
Allah Muhammad, PBUH.
Very simple. Now, let's talk about what's wrong with the world today. What is wrong with the world today? And I'm going to reference something fun, communism. So communism makes a whole lot of sense. It does.
So, okay, Tectone giving us the rundown on communism.
An issue,
surely, guys, surely, this is going to be something more deep than just, you know, communism sounds great on paper, but it doesn't work in practice. Surely Tectone's going to have something deeper to say than, like, the same trite platitude that most people learn at age 13, frankly. I think I literally remember saying that when I was like a fucking, you know, trying to sound smart at fucking 13 or 14. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Today, and I'm going to reference something fun, communism. So communism makes a whole lot of sense. It does. And I really like breaking this down for you to understand a child's mind and an adult's mind. So communism seems really cool, right? It does. Communism honestly seems like the best choice that people can make for their nation. Let's just think about this. Everybody gets everything equally. Oh my God. Who
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
want to be a
what
communist?
sure, that's what communism means. Sure, why not, man? Fuck it, man. Sure, why not, man? Fuck it. Let's take the most childish, like, I'm legit, I can bet I can't understand abstract concepts remotely, so I have to take everything as the most simple definition. Yeah, let's just go with that, Tectone. Fuck it, man. Why not?
This is fucking great. Everybody gets everything equally. Everybody gets treated equally, and there's no problems whatsoever. Now, if you're a little kid,
communism is
you might be
actually
hearing
it's the fix everything easily switch.
say, wow, Techie, that just sounds really good. How do I sign up to be one of these communists? Well, check out Hasan Piker stream today. Man, it's been a fucking trip on Twitter, hasn't it? I can't...
You actually probably would not get a very good understanding of how to be a communist from a Hasan Piker stream. This just shows like how politically illiterate Tectone is. Because Hasan actually spends like a very, very little amount of his content ever talking about communism or communist theory or anything like that. Because he understands that even if communism were to come about or were to work, it would be past his lifetime. So it's not really a very important thing to constantly stress yourself about. Constantly think about, oh, what would my ideal communist state look like? What's my communist future gonna look like when the chances of that coming about in your lifetime are fucking minuscule?
Believe my compilation that I made, by the way. I made that. It was great. Yep. Hopefully I don't hear that quote in a court of law later. It's funny as fuck seeing Elon Musk tag Jeff Bezos over a tweet I made at Hasan. Hasan, you have no idea the monster that you've created in me. You really have no idea. Trust me, I am a man who can hate for a very long time. And people who have been following my channel understand that very well. I hate people who have barely wronged me. Imagine how much I'll hate you when you were one of the biggest detractors in my life.
So he posted like a totally dishonest clip compilation where he used a clip of Hasan obviously talking about debates. Like he's literally watching like a debate at some point. And he says, liberals need to be out there gutting their opponents. They need to be there gutting their... And it's obvious he's talking metaphorically in the debate. Like, liberals need to be gutting their opponents. It would be illiberal to go around gutting your political opponents. What do you mean? Obviously, he's not telling liberals to gut their political opponents. That'd be retarded. Obviously, why would you ever tell them that? They would never listen to that. That's a retard. It's obviously about the debate he was watching. It's obviously about that. It's obviously talking about that. And he's saying it metaphorically. And Tectone posts this and Elon, like, replies and retweets it or whatever. It's just, like, totally shameful. So embarrassing. And I've seen Dan on Lonerbox's stream the past couple of days being like, JN fully setting in, being like, oh, stop getting a bit scary out there. Stop getting a bit scary out there, Goy. I feel like we're making a bit too... He doesn't actually say this, but it's so obvious he went too far with the Hasan stuff. He's made every like argument for the Trump admin, every argument for the conservatives about how Hasan's rights should be trampled on. They've been trying to make the material support for terrorism shit fit for like ages. Try to come up with any fucking way they could possibly like invoke the idea of legal problems for Hasan. And then when it actually starts materializing, and Dan looks around and realizes, oh wait, they're gonna get my boy too. They're gonna get my boy Destiny too. All of a sudden, it's a problem, and he's like freaking the fuck out. And then he's looking around at like Sam Hyde and Nick Fuentes, and he's like, oh, that's gonna be scary. It's like, dude, it's so embarrassing. The shit, I would quote Ethan on Jewish Matters right now, but I fear YouTube TOS would not allow me. I just can't stand the fact that someone has shepherded this outcome and is now, you know... I just think the shepherd should be at the front, if you know what I mean. At the front of the line. They should be the herd behind and the shepherd in front. If you know what I mean.
Imagine when you've wronged me and caused me so much unnecessary harm over things that I've never done. Very fun. Trust me, you have a hater for life. It's great. And no, I will never move on. Absolutely not. I will be joining Nux Taku. It's going to be great.
Like, dude, literally just not style slop now.
Well,
just
everybody
blatantly.
gets everything free. I really like that.
So
Teacher, how do I be a communist? And then when you're an adult,
we do love Dan.
Well, that does
but
sound very...
I'm not going to want to hear him. Listen, I'm going to laugh at when he's making tweets in a couple of years, being like, I'm fleeing the United States because it's gotten too crazy here. I'll be laughing my fucking ass off. I'll be losing it.
Good, but unfortunately, corruption exists, and this can never succeed without its errors in the modern life due to corruption and bad people. Bad people will always put the political leaders and all of the governors and all of the presidents and all of the figureheads above all of their citizens, thusly resulting in a dictatorship where all the higher-ups have all of the money and all of the citizens have fucking nothing, and there's no way to break out because communism sure is fun, which is why it's really not that good of an idea. Now, I want to relate that to
the claim is communism would work if there weren't so many bad people. What a low IQ argument against communism, truly. Like, literally something that can be said for any form of government, any form of economy. You could literally make this argument about literally anything ever. So fucking stupid. Obviously, it's about the systems and processes that uphold it. That's how you make sure that it's not going to be misguided by bad people, right? That would be the point. It's just fucking, it's so fucking dense. Like, there are good complaints about communism, right? You could totally come up with a good critique of communism, but the Tectone just, it's not even engaged with. It's not even engaged with, because it's all just about the fact that he's getting called a rapist. He has to be around a group that allow rapists to be among their ranks, just in case he gets convicted or something. In case it comes out that he actually is a rapist. So he feels cornered into that group, plus he hates Hasan, and Hasan hates him, so that's the group he's in. So communism's bad, and Tectone has to come up with something that sounds coherent to explain why communism's bad, why he thinks communism's bad. He just ends up speaking like a fucking illiterate, like, 5-year-old. Like, he just sounds retarded as fuck to anyone that's got, like, any knowledge of the topic and has ever had a conversation about this before. It's like political awakening at age 36. Just totally bizarre.
Left versus the right. Now, if you Google, and go ahead and have fun with this, you can Google this. If you Google the average age of a liberal, or the average age of a libtard, or the average age of a left-leaning individual, you will find out that they are amongst the youngest of any type of political identifier that exists here on Earth today. And the reason why that is due to the fact that they believe in this very fun fantasy land that can never fucking exist. They say, oh, we want to progress. We want to be new. We want everybody to be able to do whatever they want with their bodies and their life. And while that sounds very good, unfortunately, that leads to a... Oh, hold up. Mango! Fuck, he's chewing on a stick and he's chewing on an acorn. Hey, buddy, look at this.
So, he doesn't understand anything, truly. Like, communism doesn't entail, like, the trans shit or anything like that. Like, you can have authoritarian, super, like, traditionalist, communist forms of government. It's totally possible. Like, it doesn't require, like, all this trans shit or gay stuff or anything like that. Or women being whores or whatever. Like, none of that's baked into communism at all. Just all he knows, he just thinks communism, and that's Hasan and Denims and all these people. So that's evil and bad. They're all bad people, and they all like communism. So communism would be bad because it's full of bad people. So you're a fucking retard. You're actually just, like, so fucking retarded. It's truly so despicable that a man in his 30s feels, like, confident uploading a video that so clearly shows him to be, like, childish in his thinking, operating at the level of a fucking 12-year-old. I don't have words for how disgusting this is. It's stunted, exactly. It's like crazy Arrested Development. Crazy Arrested Development. Like, you are such, you have a perverted mind. Your mind got stunted. It's perverted. You haven't grown since you were, like, a teenager, clearly. You're just stuck there forever. And that's sad. That is sad.
Look at this. Look at this, puppies. Oh, you're such a good listener. Come here. Oh, look at this, baby. You're a good boy. I know. Your dad looks like a wife beater. I know. I need to grow my beard back so I can look friendly again. I look gay as fuck right now, Mango. I look gay as fuck. All right, let's get you out of here, okay? What is that? What is that? Holy. All right, let's get you out of here. Come on. Sorry about that. I love my dog. Yeah, so it sounds really nice. Let's let everybody do whatever they want with their... Ow, fuck, dude, bit this shit out of my foot. Are you crazy? Let me throw him a stick. Well, that sounds very nice. Let everybody
so he edits
do
so
what
much
they want
out.
with their
Look,
bodies.
There's so many little edited parts, but not the interactions with the dog. Not the interruptions by the dog. Those stay in.
That leads women by the time that they're 19 years old to have slept with 100 different men. Their pussy.
Also, guys, something to note about Tectone here, and this may go past some of you guys, but if you do focus in, you will be able to see that Tectone has quite a bad case of a little medical condition called gynecomastia. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but he does have very slight tits. If you can see the shape. See, Q noticed, Q says he does immediately. There is a case, he does have a case here of what appears to be gynecomastia. It's certainly not pecs, because they are slightly drooping into his shirt. So I've determined that this is a case of gynecomastia, which is going to make something he says later in this video a little bit worse.
As fuck. All right, let's get you out of here, okay? What is that? What is that? Hold it. All right, let's get you out of here. Come on. Sorry about that. I love my dog. Yeah, so it sounds really nice. Let's let everybody do whatever they want with their... Ow, fuck, dude, bit this shit out of my foot. Are you crazy? Let me throw him a stick. While that sounds very nice, let everybody do what they want with their bodies. That leads women by the time that they're 19 years old to have slept with 100 different men. Their pussy be, you know, about as...
So, just to, you know, pat myself on the back. I feel like this is all the confirmation you need that Tectone's entire any sense he's actually got, any real emotion he feels towards these political beliefs is built on just like a psychosexual delusion, a pure psychosexual fantasy. It's like all about he wants to fuck the Ukrainian girl that gets killed, so it's like an evil that society needs to be changed around to prevent any more Ukrainian refugees that Tectone might be able to sexually exploit. No more of those can die. No more of those can die. Martial law until we figure out what the fuck is going on. I can't believe what I saw. Those Instagram photos were hot. Like, that's what's going on in this guy's head. That is what's going on in this guy's head. And so you see it here as well. It is just like this perversion, this obsession with the sexuality of like women you don't even know. Like this is what gets me, man. People who, like, you don't have any reason to have to interact with any, like, 19-year-old college whores or whatever the fuck you're talking about here. You don't have to know those people. You can know just exclusively trad women. You've got, like, all the money, all the access, everything in the world. You can go interact with any type of person you want. And you're, like, seething that someone over there somewhere might be having sex at age 19. And you're, like, thinking about all the cum that's inside her. Of this imaginary girl. You are displaying such a psychosexual motivation to your beliefs. You are displaying a bizarre pathology. Truly bizarre and unsettling pathology.
That leads women by the time that they're 19 years old to have slept with 100 different men. Their pussy be, you know, about as stretched out as an Asmongold video, and the amount of cum inside their vagina being more than a Heinz mayonnaise jar. As well as them thinking, you know what I'm going to do when I grow up? I'm going to be an OnlyFans girl by the time... Like, there's like 13-year-old girls with OnlyFans being their career route. Do we all not see what the fuck's wrong with that? We got...
Where are you getting that, Techie? This guy talking to 13-year-old girls about OnlyFans? Where is it? Where's this guy getting that from? Where is this guy getting that from? Also, I'm sorry, but like, I'm pretty sure like child sexual exploitation shit is going to be at if I check the stats, it will be at historic lows, right? If we look back in history, it has been at every point in history before this, it has been far more normalized for children to be pushed into or engage in like sex work. Be like, you know, like fucking trafficked, be abused, be married off to fucking cousins and uncles and whatever the fuck, you know. Every other point through human history, it has been far more common. Far more common. And yet now, Tectone is saying it's so bad now that we need to reorient society around preventing it. No, we're moving in the right direction. You were the one who was coming out in full support of literally the pedophile cabal, right? Trump, all of Epstein's friends, literally Epstein's whole old circle in the government. Epstein's entire fucking old circle. You've got Peter Thiel, who likes adopting like barely legal boys to be his proteges. You know, you've got Vance, who's out on Twitter following Greco-Roman towel boy accounts. You're sitting there looking at drawings of little boys getting their assholes blown open by dogs. That's what Tectone's looking at. That's what Tectone was caught liking on Twitter is images, GIFs, animations of little boys getting their assholes blown open by dogs. That's what Tectone was liking. This guy right here, Tectone, was liking on Twitter. And you're sitting there saying about, oh, the issue is that all these young girls have been sexualized. Bro, since when do you give a fuck? Since when do you give a fuck?
Got little kids saying, you know, I played with the truck one time. Maybe that means I'm a boy. Then we have little boys saying, well, I sure enjoy playing with Barbie dolls. Oh my God, why is my mom chopping off my penis? Like, guys, hello? What in the fuck are we doing when we are this tolerant to where little children, 8-year-old boys, are getting injected with life-altering chemicals to change their fucking genetic code?
He he fundamentally does not understand anything he's talking about. Changing their genetic code. Changing their genetic code. Dude, he thinks trans drugs actually work. He thinks you can actually change sex. He thinks they're changing chromosomes. Tectone, trans people wish, okay? I'm sure they wish they could be doing that. You're getting way ahead of yourself, Tectone. Getting way ahead of yourself, bro. So fucking retarded. Like, truly, what a low IQ reading of what's going on. You think people are changing their genetic code with trans drugs? You don't understand any of the talking points here, clearly. You don't even understand what you're upset about.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Guys, there are people who have lost their jobs because they said there's two fucking genders. Guys, there are people who have lost their jobs because they said men can't give birth. I mean, Jesus. Well, now that I'm cosplaying Hatsune Miku, I'm going to sue you if you don't legally refer to me as Hatsune Miku. Sorry, princess. Sorry, Steve. That's not how the fucking world works. Jesus. And it's fucking embarrassing how long people have lived underneath this oppressive boot. Dude, I remember 2019 through 2024. Holy fuck.
Dude, this oppressive boot, he says, as his government starts enforcing hate speech laws. As his government starts saying they're gonna introduce hate speech. Nice one, Tectone. Nice one. And you're supporting that, by the way.
If you didn't appeal yourself to the fucking extremist left-wingers, you didn't have a career. I remember this one time, I had this girl, she came into my chat, and she was telling me about how she's been gaslit by her boyfriend. And I heard her out, and I said, you know what drives me crazy? Not referring to you, by the way. When people misuse those words gaslighting, because I don't really think people know what that word actually means. Because I was on a tangent about words.
Isn't this guy's so enlightened, isn't he? He just knows so much better than everyone else. Well, you don't even know what gaslighting means. You don't know what gaslighting actually means. Everyone overuse that word so much. I actually know what it means. So me, techie. Totally literate 35-year-old man.
Use incorrectly. And because this person's feelings was so hurt because they thought I was referring to their situation, I got like 80,000 hate comments because feelings ruled the world over logic and facts. What the fuck are we doing? Do you really want to live your life according to your woman's period? You know how much dumb shit women say when they're bleeding out of their vagina? A lot. And that's why rooting yourself in reality and saying, well, babe, I understand that you're upset, but that simply didn't fucking happen. And I'm not going to apologize for some bullshit that didn't fucking happen. It's comical.
Dude.
We are living in a world where younger children are very active on social media. where they're very reactive. You have the slow, logical part of your brain, and you have the fast reaction, emotional part of your brain. And we live in a fast fucking world where big, outrageous reactions get way more clicks than the article that's posted 3 days later with what actually had happened. And that is where everything is going to the wayside, because there's misinformation is a breeding ground right now. It's insane how many lies get away with the public. It's insane how many content creators have allegations that simply just don't fucking exist. I mean, I want to make this clear, guys. I want you
so many false allegations about it. So many false allegations out there.
Some girl got sad one time and lied about a creator because he broke up with him, and now his career is over because one person lied. Because people hear that lie and they run with it so fucking quick before they listen to anything. It is.
Dude, my back fucking hurts right now.
By the way, there's this one really fucking ugly
Okay, here we go. Dude, this is peak. This is literally, this is peak. This is so good.
By the way, there's this one really fucking ugly political... I can't tell if you're a guy or a girl. I really got no idea. I don't even know what your name is. But you react to every single one of my videos. So can you just say, like, are you a boy or a girl? I really can't fucking tell. It's this one, like, this one ugly troglodyte. Sorry, this fucking, hey, buddies. He's eating rocks. So, dude. There's this one really ugly, like, troglodyte, like, hobgoblin. You look like kind of Asian, and you always react to my videos. And I always look at this, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Can you just clarify?
So how crazy is this? In the middle of his fucking main channel video, just like it, seething rant. Okay, picture this. Mental health break, okay? Mental health break. No streaming. Mental health break. On Twitter every fucking day. Getting raped on Twitter every day. Posting a video seething about politics every fucking day. Wearing the same shirt the whole week. Saying you're peeking out, saying you're living your life to its fullest, well, every day you're just describing, like, playing the latest, like, release on Steam for, like, 16 hours in your unwashed fucking life beater. And then in the middle of your main channel video that you're uploading on your mental health break, you, apropos of nothing, reveal that you name search so heavily that you've been sitting there, off stream, on your mental health break, seething at food shops videos. You've been watching food shops VODs and working yourself up into a fucking rage to the point where you're on your main channel video going like, are you a boy? You fucking ugly troglodyte? Are you a boy or a girl? Well, you've got the worst case of gynecomastia that anyone on YouTube has ever seen. That anyone on YouTube has ever seen. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Beyond a joke.
What the fuck you are, because you're so fucking ugly I can't even tell. That's coming from me. But I'm sure everybody here knows I'm a white male. An ogre at that point. So, we live in a world where the youth is currently ruling, and they don't have the pattern recognition that the older folks have. They don't understand the destruction and the despair and the doom and the downfall of our nation that they are going to bring when they celebrate what they celebrate, when they act what they do, because they have no knowledge, they have no wisdom, they have no life experience. And they're the type of people who think that positively reinforcing your friend when they're the one who fucked up just because they're sad was the right thing to do. No,
so true.
Right
gaslighting's just so fucked up, man. The thing is, all these bitches just be telling each other that I'm a bad guy when really I'm a really good guy. It's just all these women claim to have terrible experiences with me, and they all talk to each other, and then they talk to each other. They all agree that their experiences with me are fucking terrible. But it's just like they're just like hype each other. They just like make each other believe that. They just like make each other believe that. You know, I didn't actually do anything wrong ever. Okay, Techie, we get it, man.
Is to hold them accountable.
Who hasn't been there? Who hasn't been
that issue again? You are not a good friend because you reinforce someone because they're sad. And if you can't tell someone the truth, you're a horrible fucking friend. And that is the reality. You are not good because you get to tell everybody, do whatever you want. No, you're horrible. This leads to enabling psychotic behaviors. And I'm sorry, anybody who says, yes, do whatever the fuck you want to do, and you're enabling their mental illness, if you go up to a schizophrenic and say, yes, listen to the voices, are you a good person? No, absolutely not. There's a lot of mental illnesses on this earth that you clearly tell people to not listen to, but there's one that people really say.
So the most lame, like, trans talking points ever.
Those voices. And we all know which one I'm talking about. You're not a good person if you do that. You're just not. You're not. You need to understand.
Yeah, also notice that he talks about voices and schizophrenics and not enabling mental illnesses. Never brings up his own mental illness here. Almost like he's temporarily forgotten that he's diagnosed with schizophrenia. Almost like he's temporarily forgotten that he's got a schizophrenia diagnosis. He is. Well, that's what he claims. That's what Tectone said, is that he's diagnosed with schizophrenia. It's just interesting that it doesn't come up. You know, you would have thought that's the sort of thing that would come up around here. It seems like he's temporarily just sort of... It slipped his mind, I guess, that he has so much personal experience with this topic.
If you go up to a schizophrenic and say, yes, listen to the voices, are you a good person? No, absolutely not. There's a lot of mental illnesses on this earth that you clearly tell people to not listen to, but there's one that people really say, yeah, listen to those voices. And we all know which one I'm talking about. You're not a good person if you do that. You're just not. You're not. You need to understand that some people need fucking help. And when you're the person who says, yeah, do whatever you want, live the life the way you want to live it. I'm sorry, when you're enabling Becky to suck her 47th dick that week, you're not a good friend. You're just a fucking whore. You're not. You're not. When you tell everybody, yes, yes.
Like, why is this your focus? Oh, women tell each other that it's... They don't tell each other to stop sucking dick. That's the real problem with society today. So women don't tell each other to stop sucking dick. Bro, what? Huh? This really comes to your mind when you're thinking about what the problems with the country or society or whatever are at the moment? That comes to your mind as like a problem? Like, that's what I mean. It's portraying a psychosexual issue. It is portraying some kind of perversion. It is portraying a pathology. There's something happening there that you're not right. This is like, you know, something happened to you, bro.
Yes, yes, queen. You do you. Everybody else is wrong except for you. I'm sorry, you grow the most in your failures. And a lot of my closest friends are always there to make sure they know when I fuck up. Just like when I messaged Shinya and he said, hey man, you really need to grow that beard back.
He's going to watch this segment. You should give him some advice.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we're still here, huh? I bet people are like, I couldn't even get through this
TOS
video,
does not permit me to give Tectone adequate advice.
The longer you live, the more that you will see the same thing. And you should proceed with caution when you do see the way that patterns line up. And guys, I'm sorry. We're at a point where we have ignored pattern recognition so long that Charlie Kirk died. People celebrated his death, and they're now shocked why they're losing their jobs. And they're saying, well, the right's so against cancel culture, but now you're canceling us over this? I'm sorry. Making someone lose their job because they said retard, because they said fat, because they said that men can't give birth is a lot different than, oh yes, this guy died. Quick guys, kill more like him, then we'll finally win. That's psychotic.
That's not what people are getting targeted for, though, is it, Tectone? You know that's not what people are getting targeted for. Asmongold's own video was not targeting people for saying that sort of shit. What was the tweet that Asmongold was going after people for, trying to get people fired for? It said, I hope the shooter's called Mario so Luigi can have his brother, or some shit like that. That's what the tweet they were trying to get people fired for was. How is that worse than saying... Yeah, it's so nothing, you know? How is that worse than saying the F-slur? Like, not that I think either of us get you fired, obviously. It's just like such a nothing comment. And they were going after the person's fucking job for it. It's so crazy. And that's what he's trying to pretend that's calling for violence now. It's just like beyond parody. Again, Tectone is like, it's so shameful, man. It's so shameful. They're all going to celebrate Charlie Kirk for being like, oh, open debate and all this shit. But you know Tectone would never, he would never get on a stream with me, never get on a stream with fucking Aiden, would never get on a stream with, like, Destiny, where it was going to be actually politically contentious, would never get on a stream with, you know, fucking Hasan. Literally, that would never happen. Dude, imagine if Hasan got a chance to actually lay into Tectone live. He would never put himself in that position, right? He would literally, this guy would never face anyone. But they're going to go around and say, oh, wasn't Charlie Kirk so amazing? Wasn't Charlie Kirk so amazing? He debated people. He actually talked to the other side. That's what we need more of, is debate. We need more debate. They're all going to say this shit. But Tectone would never put up. Would literally never put up. It's so fucking sickening, man. It's so gross.
Yes. Telling people to go assassinate people because you have a difference of opinion is psychotic.
Yeah, we would never, Tectone would never face bazookas.
There's a lot more that I could say, but
anytime he talks to someone, he cowers and tries to befriend them. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm with Destiny. Exactly. Obviously, I'm a child, but that was supposed to be about politics, you know? It was supposed to actually be Tectone gets challenged about his fucking stupid politics posts, and he just bitches out for the whole thing. It's so pathetic. It's so embarrassing. And then he wants to take these crazy shots as well now. Like, I'm all for people taking shots at Destiny, but some of the ones that Tectone takes, it's like targeting his kid and shit. Okay? And like, again, I don't have like a massive issue with that. I don't do it personally, like after the kid personally. But the idea you're going to take these like crazy, super personal shots at him when you've acted like a total bitch on stream is just like, really? Is that what we're doing? You tried to be friends when you were getting challenged. You were like, oh, yeah, I don't actually hate you, even though we talk shit. And then you immediately go back to talking shit on his son. Really?
I think you guys understand where I'm going at with this. And I think you guys get the message. So I'll cut the rambling here. But your mental illness, your ignorance is not our responsibility. Change is coming, and change is coming fast. And I think it's for the best, because God knows we fucking need it. Bye-bye, guys.
Wow. Okay, so there's a second video here. Slightly shorter one, called Hasan Piker.
Hey guys, me again. I'm about 2-3 weeks
into my
vacation. I'm enjoying every second of it. Borderlands 4.
So...
Hey guys, me again. I'm about 2-3 weeks into my vacation. I'm enjoying every second of it. Borderlands 4.
So enjoying every second of his vacation, yet watching any food shops VOD that mentions his name, getting ratioed by Mrao on Twitter, blocking people as disconnected as Lonerbox simply for retweeting tweets that make fun of him. But he's having a great time on his vacation. But he's having a great time on his vacation, guys. He's living life to its fullest. Sitting in his bedroom, playing the same slop video games he'd be playing on stream, except not making any money from it.
In my vacation. I'm enjoying every second of it. Borderlands 4. It's going great. I'm playing as Vex. I beat Fallout 4, main story. Hey, what's that shit they say?
Yeah, techie block Lonerbox, yeah.
Like Ad Verstappen. No, that's Max Verstappen. Wrong guy. Anyways, I just beat Act 1 on Silksong. Probably going to go beat Dark Souls 2, and then probably finish up Sekiro, just to say that I did. I've been really enjoying and living life to the fullest, and I'm feeling fantastic, despite this horrific beard that I have right now. I've lost some weight. My bench BRs have gone up.
Nothing convinces me that someone's doing great quicker than them repeatedly telling me how great they're doing.
And I'm starting to realize how beautiful life is, really focusing on mind, body, and soul. I'll be going to church for the first time.
Really focusing on mind, body, and soul. After it's every day he's saying what slop video game he spent the whole day playing. He has not changed clothes in like 3 days. He spends all day playing slop video games. And he's saying that he's focusing on mind, body, and soul on his mental health break. Well, name searching and watching food shops VODs. Seriously, how do you make this? How do you sell this? How do you think you're selling this to an audience right now?
Years very soon. I'm very excited about that. And I didn't realize how much purpose I would feel with a little bit more faith and my life, and I feel reinvigorated. I feel recharged. I feel rejuvenated. And I'm just very thankful for the world, the community that I have, and how wonderful of a life I truly get to live. And it's just nice because I feel like a lot of content creators get lost in the craziness. They think go, 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 go. And they never really understand why is it that they're doing this until the brakes fall off and they live a miserable, unfulfilled life. But they sure had fun for 5 to 6 years, somewhere in the middle of it. But then at a certain point, you have to face yourself and what you've created and to see if you're happy with the man that you see in the mirror. And currently, when I look in the mirror, the only thing I think is, man, this guy really needs to grow his beard back. God, fuck! Yeah, anyways, I was sitting there, and I've been kind of active on Twitter lately. That's an understatement. I've been a fucking Twitter schizo for the past little bit. I'm not gonna lie about it. It's been pretty wild. And there's this guy, and his name's Hasan. And I wanted to make a video to Hasan. And Hasan, I don't know if you're ever gonna watch this. Maybe you watch it.
He probably won't, to be honest. Yeah, I honestly don't think
see it at all.
Has he watched this on stream? I honestly don't think he'll even watch this. I don't think Hasan gives as much of a fuck about what people are saying him as Tectone.
I would like to say, despite how much horrible lies you've spread about me,
this guy's so jealous of Hasan. Just wait, man.
Much of a god-awful human being I think you are. I'm worried about you. I am. Because I don't think you realize what you're setting yourself up to do and what you are setting yourself up to be. And I want to explain why that is. Now, Hasan was a guy I barely knew. First time I really met him was...
Beans, please do not try and poke holes in my diagnosis. The diagnosis has been made, and I'd prefer if chatters just... Let's stick to the script, okay?
Eggs. We did an episode where I was very excited to talk to him about anime. I was very, very, very excited. And it was a good time. We had a good conversation. It was enjoyable. I believe this was supposed to be Will Neff's episode on Steak and Eggs, but Hasan really wanted to do the podcast because Asmongold was there. So he kind of weaseled his way into doing an episode, but I don't regret doing that. And hopefully Hasan got his sexual gratification by being near his idol, Mr. Asmongold, which hearts in the chat for Asmon. Hope you're doing well. Hoping Asmon Pa has a speedy recovery. And we care about you, man. We love you. Hope you're doing all right.
Wow.
Somewhere along the lines of Hasan and I's history, there was this fat piece of shit lard woman called Froggen. She said America deserved 9/11, you know, hope veterans get PTSD, and I call her a fat fuck.
One of those is actually Hasan quotes.
Denim sucks her 100th dick for the day. That way she can stay relevant because Denims believes talent is sexually transmitted. I call her a whore. She calls me a rapist.
Wow.
Somewhere along the lines, I don't really know.
Isn't this guy so awesome? Is it so awesome how he's like so unbothered that he just like the moment a woman says anything bad about him, he's just like, you're a nasty whore getting your fucking pussy blown out, and you're full of fucking cum, and you love sucking dick so much. He's so stoic and unbothered. Thank you for the $5, Crab Navy General. Huge appreciate. Thank you, thank you. So stoic and unbothered when he launched into deranged sexual rants about any woman that slights him. So cool and stoic and trad.
Hasan starts pulling up congressional hearings about my dad, and yeah, apparently my dad did some horrible shit back in the day, and yeah, it's not good. And to be honest, I'll be real, Hasan. You have made my father and I's
let's just for context, let's remember exactly how that went down.
I think it's pretty crazy. Oh, here's the. I think this was what I saw. Yeah, this is what I saw on the timeline.
The biggest photo you see is of Colonel Michael Robertson. He was convicted of 14 accounts of sexual assault. He only served 90 days in jail and paid a $30,000 fine.
Bro, that is the craziest. I mean, it's not even a milkshake duck style situation because it's like for a milkshake duck to occur, like. This needs to be a beloved figure and not a bald rapist himself, right? But what was hilarious about this, situation is like, I didn't know anything about his dad. You know? Literally, where is this reference? You posted, come in with receipts posted, bro. So where did this reference happen? Do you think this person will change their perspective about this guy? Hokai Impact 3rd, got to be the best game. Australia motherfucker. Yeah, like what? Why would you invite people looking for this information? It's so crazy. Okay, I investigated by myself, and there's a person with the same name, rank, and similar age than Tectone's dad, and he was indeed found guilty of 14 counts of sexual harassment. It definitely wasn't his dad. His dad served in the late 80s, the early 90s. Anything after that, he probably wasn't active and was a reserve. Plus, I know people like Casey, blah, blah, blah. He literally references his dad as Iron Mike, which was also the nickname explicitly referenced in the trial of Michael Robertson. It's pretty obviously his father-in-law. It's not a surprise considering the history of sexual abuse that runs in the family. Like, this man has, I guess, epigenetic memories of rape. He had to do it, you know? He just couldn't. He couldn't stop himself because it's just like, it's a familial obligation over here.
They're the lines that broke Tectone's brain.
He literally says, should we call you Colonel in the podcast? Colonel Michael Robertson, Lamau. In the video, he literally said he served in Vietnam. The same Colonel Michael Robertson in the assault trial who served, guess where? Vietnam, LMFAO.
No money shot. You can't have porn without the money shot. It's like, I can't remember what he says. It's like having I can't, what does he say again? What's the Iron Mike quote?
I think it's...
Oh, yeah, that's it. Twitch without Asmongold. You Twitch without Asmongold. It's like having porn without the money shot. You can't have porn without the money shot. Dude.
Tectone, your father was a literal terrorist. Asmon's father was a Vietnam invader. Both of you don't have the right to call anyone terrorist. Okay, listen, Asmon dad is good in my book, okay? He is a liberal.
So yeah, that's what we're referring back to when Tectone talks about this.
My dad did some horrible shit back in the day, and yeah, it's not good. And to be honest, I'll be real, Hasan. You have made my father and I's relationship much different. We barely talk anymore.
Womp womp.
I've never had him on stream, and you know what? I'm okay with that. My dad did some fucked up shit. He did, absolutely, 100%. Now, I didn't rape anybody. I want to make that very clear. But
it's like one of those mid-2000s MySpace accounts with a dumb name like Skrull666 would give poo advice and rant about child support.
Dave the 499 Jimberly. No, no rape, just 14 counts of sexual harassment and assault. You know, the assault's obviously, you know, being sexual in nature. But not a rapist, just a sexual assaulter.
On me a rapist for what my father did, which is sexual harassment and assault, back in like, what, 2008 or some shit? You start calling me a rapist. And that's not a very cool thing to do. Hey, man, that's not chill. And I think about that. And
guys, just received some terrible news. Just received some horrifying news. Our busty Israeli girls has been banned from Reddit. This subreddit has been banned for excessive copyright removals. Okay.
Do want to thank you for that, Hasan. Because misinformation spreads so rapidly. And by me seeing how I can live my life so straightforward, so honestly, and have everyone assume the worst
blowing the boxes
in
in shambles
of a hat.
Oh my God.
It has radicalized me beyond anything I ever thought capable. It has enlightened me in no way I ever thought possible. And the way that I operate and my strive to grow and change and adapt and evolve as a human being, I feel like I was put into a cocoon. And when I hatched from this cocoon, I became a white supremacist. But Hasan, all jokes aside, all of our history aside, you are a piece of shit. You are, man. And with what's happening with Charlie Kirk, where Charlie Kirk was
you look like enough of a dysgenic low class white to be a white supremacist. Dysgenic low class impure white. American white, to be a, you know, mestizo nationalist for sure.
for speaking his opinion, where Irna was stabbed in the neck for merely being white. And you're not going to damn those people? You're going to encourage political violence? You are
oh my god,
begging for your viewers.
So they're like actually fully
in
bought in on like the fucking arenas risk because of political murder shit. It's just like so crazy.
You are telling people to kill a senator. And I want to make this very clear. Hasan, I hope none of this happens to you. I do. I hope there is a point where you can get away from all this craziness, but I genuinely don't feel that you will. You are a man. And by the way, I want to make this very clear. I don't wish any harm upon Hasan at all. I don't. Okay. I want his existence to be his punishment.
Right.
This is a man.
Of course. Because, you know, Hasan just has... He has such a terrible, miserable life, doesn't he? Hasan just has such a terrible, miserable life. His existence is his punishment, really, when you think about it. Like, just having to keep on being Hasan is just like... That's the punishment, really.
He's not the most entertaining guy. He has about as much charisma as a paper fucking bag. And I'll be real,
unlike Techie,
I know
of course.
A lot of people want to say how hot Hasan is. He's alright.
Now, is this not the most bizarre, desperate cope you've ever seen? Is this not the most bizarre, desperate cope you've ever seen? Hasan's life is his punishment. He's not even that funny. Has like 3 or 4x Tectone's average viewers. And he's not even that hot. Like 5 points hotter than Tectone on a 10-point scale. What are we going? Where are we going next? He's not even that rich. He's not even that famous. Like where are we going next? He's not even that tall. Like, where are we going, Tectone?
To be his punishment. This is a man where, let's just be completely honest, he's not the most entertaining guy. He has about as much charisma as a paper fucking bag. And I'll be real, I know a lot of people want to say how hot Hasan is. He's alright. He's alright. Nothing crazy. He's no Jason Momoa, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, he ain't no Trainwrecks. Trainwrecks is a good-looking dude.
Dude.
Bitch, are you
Where's Train at right now?
Are you sucking my dick?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Lock in! Lock in! Lock in! Well, what bet size is this? Is this 600 bucks? Oh my god!
Multi, man.
Multi! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my
More
god!
multi.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wow. Great things happening there, clearly. Yeah, Mogs Hasan. Just totally Mogs Hasan.
He's alright. Nothing crazy. He's no Jason Momoa, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't no Trainwrecks. Trainwrecks is a good-looking dude. I like him because he looks like a monkey. You know what I mean? Like, imagine fucking Trainwrecks. Like, it's like fucking a caveman. It's like going back, like, 3,000, 5,000. When the fuck did cavemen exist? 50,000 years? I don't know how long ago that was. I thought World War II was in the 1800s. Anyways, caveman times. Like, going back and fucking a primate. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's hot. I bet that shit's visceral. Problem is, Hasan looks like a pussy. You know what I mean? Like, any man who's got to worry that much about their looks, it's just like, I mean, like, come on, bro. You know his dick doesn't work. Right? You just know, like, with that much finasteride in his hair, with that much testosterone he has to pump in his body, you know his penis doesn't work. I mean, the guy can't even bench 350.
This is a guy who, according to court documents, has a micro penis and cannot engage in vaginal sex with a woman because he is so traumatized from something that happened to him earlier in his life. He doesn't feel safe inside a woman, and as such, can only have oral sex with his micro penis. With his alleged micro penis. And he's saying this about Hasan.
Jerking off. That's my ritual. I wake up, I jerk off, and I go do my job. But I woke up, started that, and then I covered it up as me scratching my leg. Thankfully, I have a very small cock. Because otherwise, I would have been in some. Yeah, thank God.
The
otherwise, it would have been real rough.
Huh.
That much steroids? Holy fucking weak body. I mean, get a fucking grip, dude. Get a grip. But this is a guy who I've asked multiple times to just go on stream and say that you don't support terrorism. And bro can't even do that because he doesn't understand this machine of hatred and discontent that he's created that will one day consume him when he no longer decides to feed it. What you are creating, Hasan, is an army of radicalized psychopaths. You made this. You did. You made this. You made them. And because you're not entertaining, because 90% of your streams is a chair, you have to say extreme thing after extreme thing after extreme thing. Kill Rick Scott. Let the streets bathe in their capitalist blood. You need to bring knives and shank these motherfuckers. Let their organs...
So the kill Rick Scott thing was actually about Republicans saying if you cared about fraud, this is what you do. Then there's the one he's saying there, that's about debates. It was an obvious metaphor that he took out of context. And the landlord thing is a quote from 2018 where Hasan is talking to Dan Saltman and pretty obviously taking the piss and being hyperbolic. And the streets are all red with the blood of landlords. While he's talking to Dan, who's a landlord. It's pretty blatant.
Right. I support the Houthis 10 toes down. I think what Hamas is doing is a good thing.
Yeah, he was talking to Dan when that
Trump,
happened, yes.
You
When
know,
he said that, he was talking to Dan.
Somebody's got to do it.
I remember that conversation. I literally remember watching that stream like live, I think, or a YouTube upload of it or something. Back when, you know, Hasan and Dan and Destiny all hung out. Great time, great era of content. Before Hasan realized how much of a fucking awful freak Destiny was.
These are all things that you've said. What's going to happen when you wake up and you realize, I got to go to that next level. I got to go to that next level. I have to feed the machine. I have to say it. I got to go to the next extreme because they're getting bored. Numbers are getting low. Asmongold's numbers are dwarfing mine one again. I got to get them talking about me. What can I say?
Except after the bot purge, Hasan was back on top.
What do I do? How do I continue feeding this beast that I've created? And you realize that you're too weak of a man to do it, or maybe finally your conscience has made you aware of how much damage you're causing to everyone around you. Hasan, you have a chat that spams Pepe love for terrorists. You have chats that spam Omegalol and cooked when Charlie Kirk is dead. You have a chat that spams based when you call Asmongold a pedophile and a mother killer. You have a chat that spams true as you lie, as you lie, as you lie.
But wait, there's no way you're saying this.
You lie after misinformation after misinformation. They eat it all up because you're their hero. But the difference between love and hatred is very close. And one day, these same people that you cater to, and I want to make it very clear, Hasan, I think you're such a little bitch because I know you don't believe 90% of the shit that comes out of your fucking mouth. You're saying this shit because you're scared, and you're saying this shit because you're stupid. And I know you're scared, and I know you're stupid because you won't talk to Destiny. You won't fight Sam Hyde. Hell, you won't even fight...
Wait, but Tectone won't talk to anyone either. Tectone will literally never stand on his beliefs in a conversation, ever. Literally, how can you bring yourself... It's like beyond parody, man. It's so crazy. I hate that these people do this. Tectone, Noxtaku, Asmongold, this whole group are the most worthless fucking pussies on the platform. They will talk crazy about politics, about other streamers, about what they believe, and they will never face criticism. They are such fucking cowards. Tectone bent over for Chud, bent over for Destiny. Hasan bent over for Asmongold every fucking time. Literally every conversation. It's shameful. It's pathetic.
Me. Jesus. You are so beyond pathetic, beyond any stretch of imagination that even you can fathom. It's sad. And despite of all this horrible shit that you've done, all of this shit that you say that I heavily disagree with, no matter how much harm you've caused me, my friends, the community, I think I said that. You stay safe. Because this machine will one day turn against you. You'll never see me spamming Omega Law if that shit ever happens. Because political violence is never acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, Asmus bent over for Hasan.
Ever. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. And I'm worried about you. And to be honest, I'm worried about everybody. I'm worried about Hasan.
Yeah, I've seen the Kimmel getting fired over Kirk stuff. From the 2 lines I read, it didn't seem like quite how people were portraying it. It seemed like it was about the fact that he claimed the shooter was MAGA or something.
I'm worried about Nick Fuentes. Shit, I ain't even worried about Destiny. Fuck, I'm worried about Destiny's kid, too. I mean, that man had to watch his own father suck a dick on Twitter. Oh, shit, that's gotta suck. But the state of the world isn't too good. And the fact that we are living in a culture where when someone dies, you'll see people making Fortnite 420 meme comps on it and saying, man, I can't wait for his wife to get railed by a black man and for his kids to forget about him, is a horrible thing that we're all witnessing in real time. And I want to make this very clear. This isn't coming from the right. Content creators, you're going to continue to push and push and push until eventually you're going to realize the only way off is by jumping off that cliff that you walked yourself towards. And I think it's a very scary time in the world that we live in today. And I hope
the left is evil. The right's never done anything wrong. So true, Tectone.
My God, is it freaky as fuck out there.
Wow. This guy's so, just like profound. He's a deep thinker. Sage-like knowledge bombs have been dropped. So true, so true.